Hello all, and welcome to Stay Close. What is Stay Close? Well, let's find out, shall we? And boy, has this game had a few issues. When it was released, it was hit by a mass of technical problems with resolution, mouse monitor on your mouse not matching up. But the developers have since released a patch, because I was on the verge of just refunding it and being done with it. But the devs have released a patch that do seem to have addressed a lot of the issues, which is good. So, video. Here you go, there's a few options to muck around with there. Nice touch, a field of view slider for a horror game. You can actually up and down that to your heart's content. But yeah, there's a lot of problems trying to get the resolution to stick. But I think we've got that sorted. Input wise, a bit limited. Suggest you definitely turn your mouse sensitivity down. When I first played it was on 50 and oh my god, I couldn't even touch my mouse. It was just absolute field of blur. So yes, control wise, not a lot. And then just find if you want to turn on a crosshair or not. So let's OK that and dive on in. So hopefully the in-game performance issues should also have been addressed here with this patch. I say this is not on early access, this has just been released, but it is cheap. It's normally a £5 or so, and currently it's just under £4, so it's affordable at least. So that's definitely a nice point. And according to the store page, the game changes whether you're playing in multiplayer or single player. I've not had a chance to really experiment with much of either, so how true that is I can't actually confirm nor deny at the moment. The first thing you'll notice, visuals. So they're certainly quite nice. This is of course built on the Unreal Engine, not Unity, as most of these cheap horror games on Steam tend to be. And this was one of the first issues. If I interacted with this note, I lost my mouse cursor and could only hard quit the game. But they've sorted that. Hope you're safe here, my plaything. You're lucky that I found you first. The residents have been so unforgiving. What am I saying? Or welcome to our city. I am so eager to meet you. Please come and find me. I'm sure you have many questions. P.S. Beware the mist. Yours truly, Cyrus. No, first played it because this was all garbled, because this was something like 800 by 600 resolution. I said, beware the Mitzi. I was like looking for a little 18-year-old blonde millennial girl with high heels, a sequin handbag and a yappy dog. But it's the mist. And the mist, of course, is that there. And that head bob when you run's annoying. And yes, it's a limited sprint, but a force is blocking the way. So basically most of the points of interest are blocked off by mist. So we need to find a way to start removing the mist. So let's go find a way to remove it. See, sometimes you get the odd bit of poor spec mapping like this going on. But that's not a game breaker by any means. It does feel like maybe they've perhaps rushed this to release a little bit too quick, as I say, because it's not an early access game. But then the developers do seem to be quite interested. As I say, they've released a performance patch. And this is a lot more playable. So I shall probably not be refunding it. Mainly because now half my playtime's been wasted just through the technical issues and trying to get this to play right or record right on my, because I did manage to get some recording going, and all the resolution, for some reason it recorded it in 800 by 600 resolution, not my screen resolution, and oh yeah, to say we had some fun and frolics. And here we are. This is how we have to get rid of the mist, by chatting to this chappie here. Right, so alright. And who are you? My name is David. I'm lost and I can't find my wife. Is she lost too? No. Yes. Well, which is it? Well, her name is Jane. She must have come through here. Short, blonde-haired, pale complexion, frightened. It is Mitzi. Yes, that must be her. Did you see where she went? I'm sorry, my memory is quite foggy. Why is it so quiet? Where is everyone? Why? Sleeping, of course. Shh. Just tell me if Jane is safe, please. Birds of a feather flock together, and so will the pigs and swine. Rats and mice will have their choice, and so will I have mine. Now again, because of the blurry text when I first played, I didn't think that it said flock. I thought it said something completely different. Fine, I'll find her myself. Play a game with me. Such games we can play. I don't have time for this. Answer my riddles. Power enough to smash ships and crush roofs, yet still must fear the sun. What is it? Now this is one thing that's a bit annoying. If I type in something like bricks and respond, it doesn't give you any feedback to say no or try again. But of course the answer to this one is ice. It would just be nice if you could just hit enter for the answer, but you can't. Very good. What about this one? I was carried off into a dark room and set on fire. And looking like that, I'm not surprised. I wept and then my head was cut off. What am I? That's obviously candle. Even a little visual hint there. Very nice touch. There's an ancient invention still used in some parts of the world today that allows people to see through walls. Or what is it? Now again, because I was a bit flustered and annoyed by the performance issues I was having, because I trying to get things to respond, I had to click off all around the screen, and I really overthought this one. I was going through peepholes, spy holes, two-way mirrors. And of course the answer is very simple. It's Microsoft's finest. Overanalyzed it. Perhaps we can be friends after all. So what is this game? Can you find my favourite toy? I lost it some time ago and I've not seen myself without it. I've not been myself without it. My compass. Now a compass, that's not a toy. That's one of the most beautifully sublime inventions mankind has made for navigation. The pretty bird took it. Mitzi. The pretty bird? Yes, the pretty bird. It lives with the hoarder in the apartment complex. Find my compass and return to me, and maybe I'll remember. Oakley dokley, chief. So, yes, we're on a fetch quest. So, now we're into the game proper, I think. I'm assuming, because this is about as far as I've managed to get. I say at my Steam playtime. Well, you know, I suppose in its first release days, some games do have bugs and issues. You can't be too shocked. And one thing is that the city does seem quite small. You only get this one over and over riff going on over the top. It could do with being a little bit bigger. You don't seem to have many locations. And this city size is all it actually is. If this is an entire game area, definitely get a kind of Resident Evil, Silent Hill vibe going on here. I'm going to assume because of how dark this is the border of the game. Oh, it's not there. Get a pace on here a tad, I think. Yes. So I don't know, just because of that Silent Hill type vibe. Which is not a bad thing, of course. The original Silent Hill games were, of course, quite good. Then they went into sort of piles of dross, but such is often the way. I mean, we're trying to find a block of flats in a city, so everything's probably a block of flats. Yeah, a few more ambient sounds might be quite interesting. I thought that there's a predator around here somewhere. Have you seen her? I have no idea. Who is she? Show me a picture, I might better. Alright, this looks pretty block of flatty apartment complex. To whom this may concern, I went to the front desk and To whom this may concern, I went to the front desk and must have missed you. I didn't find a phone number to call, so I'm leaving this note instead. My car broke down a few miles outside of town and I have nowhere to go. I found a vacant room on the second floor. I plan on staying here for the night. I apologise for the inconvenience, and if necessary I'll pay for my stay in the morning. That's very decent of him. So in some of the spec mapping, that's a little bit overkill there, and a little bit... I don't know, what are you? Oh, you're my predator. Are you one of these things where I've just got to keep my eye on you? What about light? Oh, yeah, definitely light, definitely light. Keep the light on it. Right, so we found our first hostile. I should be good at this because I've just done Craven Manor recently. That's a very good game, Craven Manor. And that has one of these kind of Doctor Who type enemies where, you know, you keep right for Cybermen hiding in the vents and all that kind of thing. Alright, so we're looking for a compass. How am I supposed to pay the landlord if he's drunk? I can't do that, not after... It's probably what I deserve. Very mysterious. I should have gotten my engine fixed when I had the chance, but I needed the money for the bills. I'm on the verge of going into more debt, and I can't let that happen. Never again. Maybe I'll wake up early and slip out of the window. This isn't considered trespassing, right? I don't have any other options. I would have gone to a hotel, but there doesn't seem to be any in this area. I need to stop stressing myself out. The residents seemed fine with it. They even left fresh sheets in my room, and now I can cover those disgusting stains. You could have just slept in your car. So, compass. So, no crouch or anything like that, so... So that would, Whoa, hey, what the... Oh, well, that's a nice fair trap. Point blanking me. I had my light on it. You have turned into a resident. Resident evil. So are we dead? Is this game over? Well, that's a little bit of a point of contention. I'm all for, like, you know, reaction type stuff, but I mean, that was absolute point blank. Come on, are we doing anything? Right, oh, we're back at the starting point. I know it does say on the store page that this game changes between single player and multiplayer. Let's go back to roughly where we were, see if we have to start again, or we can just carry on. But that's a concern. I'm going to guess then I was supposed to sprint. It looks a bit fog to me. See, that's definitely got a good 70s horror vibe to it, though. That does look quite eerie. I'll give them credit there for that. But yeah, that's where we definitely were, so we've got to go back and do all that again. But that's a bit cheap if you're just going to point blank people, because then it becomes a case of trial and error, learning how to get by each challenge, especially if you've got to go back to the start point, then run chat to that prat again, then come back here. So I'm going to guess now I'm supposed to run by that room. So keep your torch on that thing and creep round, sprint by that one. What's on the next floor then? That's a bit of a concern. So that's just padding out your playtime. If there's no way of saving and starting from where you were either. So yes, graphics are nice, but I don't like the idea of that. Let's just dive quickly back to the main menu and see about the multiplayer before we call it a day. So yeah, you've only got a host game. As you see, when I started a new game, it did say invite friend. So I don't think there's any form of server browser, so you can't just join a game in progress or something. So how the multiplayer aspect of this game works, and whether it really does change the gameplay, I don't know. Because maybe there you'd have had one person to sprint, one person, I mean, maybe the compass was in there, and one person could have nipped in and grabbed it, and... So, well, credit to the developers, they have been pretty attentive on the forum. And they have released a performance patch, so that's good. The game itself, as I say, the play area actually seems fairly small when you start looking around it. It's nice though, it's nice looking. It's effectively use of dark, not just like most cheap Unity games where everything is black to make it horror. And you do have a decent set of options. I have a funny feeling this game might be one of those ones where you really need to be playing it with a friend to get the best experience. That's my impression so far. So let's conclude here. It's got potential, I'd say, but I probably won't refund it. I might play through it a bit later on, just to see if I can sprint through and get that compass or whatever. So anyway all, thanks for watching. I hope you found the video useful and entertaining in some way. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, let me know you're alive, and I shall see you all next time. Bye now.